Welcome to Nerd Blasphemy, a show where tech nerds anonymously submit unpopular opinions, also known as Nerd Blasphemy. During the show, a blasphemous statement will appear on the screen, and the group will have 3 minutes to figure out who said it. If you guess correctly, you receive a point. If the majority doesn't suspect you, you receive 2 points. Are you ready to play? Nerd Blasphemy.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's Meezy. You also might know me by Almesia. I have a YouTube channel and Instagram and Twitter and all of it.
Hey guys, I'm Courtney. You can also follow me on IG as GetFitDev.
Hey everyone, it's Toby, also known as Toby the Great on YouTube, and you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Toby the Great.
Hi, I'm Maya, aka My Loves Code. Twitter is overrated. And let's start the timer. I saw Meezy's face. Does everyone have a Twitter here? I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's overrated, but I can't stand Twitter. Like, there's a lot of good parts to it, but there's just so much. Garbage that just gets uploaded and posted there every day. It's too much for me.
Twitter is like crazy toxic. Like you can look at how people act on like IG. Everyone's like so inclusive and nice, and then Twitter, just like you get called out for stuff real quick.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What Instagram and Twitter are y'all on? Because Instagram inclusive? That's wild.
Like all the memes.
I actually agree with that though.
Yeah.
I mean, Instagram is more inclusive than Twitter, is what I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel that way.
Are y'all talking about like tech community wise?
Yeah.
I was thinking in general too, just based on like anonymity is a lot more common on Twitter.
That's
like
true.
people just have fake profiles all the time. I wouldn't say it's overrated though, because there are a lot of good points or good parts of it. Like if you wanted to like start a movement or just gather awareness about a topic, I think Twitter is the best platform for it. I just don't like using it personally if I don't have to.
Yeah. But I feel like you can also start a movement on IG as well, because you can put like, I feel like people connect more with the face versus like a quick tweet, you know, because like, oh, you can see like the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could do without Twitter personally, but
It's not hard.
Yeah.
This is good. I like when there's an earthquake when people post. So I'm like, oh, did other people feel the earthquake? And I can like go check that.
Yeah.
You're in the Bay, so you probably like hear about earthquakes quite a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
Hey Courtney, aren't you also in California?
I am. I'm in Sacramento, so I'm like 90 minutes to like 120 minutes away from Maya.
Do earthquakes not happen as often or at all?
Not in Sacramento, not in the valley. But if you go like a little bit east towards like Reno, or even go to the Bay, like you'll have a higher chance of getting it though.
Mm-hmm.
So who's on here uses Twitter actively? Like who tweets all the time?
Me.
Easy. I'm like, this is not Meezy.
So this is definitely one of us three, except for Meezy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. You both are not really that active on Twitter.
I only tweet from like when I'm posting and you have the option to share to Twitter. I'm just like, there you go. I did my tweet for the moment. It's also hard to tweet and then also do IG at the same time because you need to respond to stuff. I'm like, oh, it's hard.
Absolutely.
That's funny because I just post myself and go on almost every social media platform. Like, I don't even care. I just tweet or like Instagram something, and then I come back 3 hours later and be like, oh my gosh, I did post that. And I expect people to respond.
Yeah, I can see how Twitter can be dangerous too, because it's so easy to just make that tweet and press send. But you know, like other platforms, you got to really like do it up with a picture or a TikTok with a video. And
Yeah.
It's time to vote. Let's start, since we don't think it's Meezy, let's start with Meezy. Who do you think it is?
I think it's Toby.
Toby, who do you think it is?
I think it's Courtney. That's it.
Courtney, who do you think it is?
I'm going with you, Maya.
Okay, and I'm gonna go with Toby as well. So Toby, was it you?
It was not me. I did not write that.
Courtney?
No.
It was
Oh,
me.
oh, you Jago.
I was trying so hard. I was like, okay, I gotta talk more because when I don't talk, they call on me, and that's when I get nervous.
Yeah. That was nice.
Nice, yeah. So I wasn't on Twitter for like a long time, and people were like, get on Twitter, and I was like, okay, bet. And I don't know, I spend like 2 minutes on, I like Meezy's tweet, and then like, you go. I'm like, I don't know what else to do. And I think maybe I just need to follow like more interesting accounts or something like that. But
I've been using it since I was in middle school, so
wow.
I don't know. I think it was the first social media after like the MySpace age that I had. So it was a whole different platform back then too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
And
So would you say Twitter's your favorite?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of people say that. That's why I got on. A lot of tech people too. Like
It's just easier, like how y'all said for other social media, you got to do it up and you have to do all this. Twitter, all you have is your text. Like, I hadn't just had a Coke Zero tweet. Boom. That's it.
Those really used to be the days when people would just say like what they ate for breakfast and just random stuff. I remember that.
Yeah, that was like me in Facebook. If I look at my old like Facebook posts, it's like, oh, these hot Cheetos were so good. I'm just like, girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys ever do that back in like look at your stuff from back like 2010, 2012, and you're like, oh, why did I post that?
For sure.
I don't even like looking at my stuff from last week.
Software engineering isn't a secure job. I was thinking about this, and I was like, so my company just had a lot of layoffs and stuff, and that was like super scary and all that. But then I was also thinking, like, at the same time, if I go to LinkedIn, so many companies are like hitting me up, trying to be like, hey, come work for us. So I was like, maybe it's not secure at my job or like at a specific company, but in general, you could find something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel the same way because at the county, like you think working for the government would actually be secure, but you're public funded, so if no one's working, no taxes. With no taxes, you're not getting publicly funded. And so this actually past week, a contractor just like me, my contractor coworker just got laid off, and so that just really just like, oh crap, and it kind of really hit like, oh, like maybe like your job isn't as secure as you think. And I also feel like it's probably like any job, it's never really secure. Like you got to make sure like you have a reason to be there, otherwise you get gone,
Yeah, I agree with one of those last points. Like, I don't know if any job is ever really secure. Like, there's always either the pressure of being replaced or whatnot.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of talk about like that feeling of being replaced happens a lot of like the FANG companies where you're just like, you always have to be go and like ready to do stuff. Otherwise, you're going to get quickly replaced.
Specifically about FANG companies, I've only heard that about Netflix.
Boom.
Oh.
I heard it from Maya, but I've only heard that about Netflix. Other companies, I mean, feels like once you're in, you're in. They don't really want to fire you. Real jobs don't want to fire you because they have to have like a really good reason. Otherwise, employment. But in general, like y'all said, like I think your job is never like secure. But I would argue that this job is more secure than like I don't know. Of other stuff, I guess, just because it's kind of it's something you really have to learn before you can do it. versus jobs you can kind of just jump in and get right to it.
Yeah, it's a skill. It's a skill that you have to master, essentially. Mm-hmm.
I wonder what this person would consider a secure job to be. Like maybe like nursing. Would they consider that more secure? Because I was also thinking about like AI, and you know how they talk about all our jobs.
ep3, is that what the name of it is? But I don't think robots will ever be able to do our jobs because one, somebody has to program robots, but two, they just kind of suck at understanding what we're trying to say anyway half the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have to know what the client wants, and I don't think robots can process that, you know.
I mean, if it was right, all those low code sites would have took us out of here already. Those low code / no code app builders, we would have.
Those drag and drop editors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Toby. I feel like this one kind of fits you, Toby.
All right, I'll say Measy for this one.
I'm going Courtney.
I'm going Courtney too. Dun, dun, dun.
Da, 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 da. No, it's not me.
Oh wow.
It was me, actually. You're really good at telling if it's me that said it. I don't think there's ever been a round where it was me where you didn't say me, Courtney.
Wow.
Yeah, I've said it, even though I believe I'm the one who's the earliest in their career right now. Like I've had 4 internships and my full-time job now, but I never really felt secure in the sense that even while I was at each of those positions, I was always focused on readying my interview skills, learning about all the latest technologies, and just in general feeling that, all right, I still have to make sure I'm staying on top of stuff because technology moves so quickly. And I feel like this industry compared to others, if you have like a 6-month gap or a year-long gap in your resume, it's a lot more damaging in my opinion. But again, this is just my perspective. I never had this personally been a mark on me, but at the same time, like ever since I guess 2015, I haven't really had a break really in terms of internship, then school, then internship, then full-time job. So that's my experience.
That's so crazy because when I got my first job, I was like, I'm good. Get this next job, and now I'm like, I'm good. No, if they want me to learn something, they'll teach me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I actually have less experience than all of you since you all went to school for CS and I was self-taught. And because I started coding back in early 2018, and so that feeling of unstableness, I really feel bad because I'm like, because when you're self-taught and not in a boot camp, you're competing with everyone who has all the internships and the CS degrees and have that accumulative experience. And you're like, I have to be on top of all these technologies. So like when people are getting laid off, you're like, oh shit, like I need to outperform people who have already went to school with this for like 4 or 5 years. So I'm like damn. So I feel that.
Yeah, I feel the layoffs part a lot just because you could really like working at a specific company, but then at any moment, like a lot of people did not see it coming. Like my friend was laid off too, and it's just like, dang, you know.
It's heart-wrenching. It sucks. It hurts a lot.
Yeah, I think especially from the contractor perspective too. You know, like you don't know if they're gonna like, you know, bring you back or if you have to find a new job.
I feel like as a contractor, you definitely have to like find a new job. Like I personally, I'd rather be W-2 with a company than contract, because if you're contracting, you make more money, yeah, but you're way less unstable. Because the saying is at the county is like, if you're a contractor, you're first to go before we like look at our actual employees, and you're treated kind of like a second-class citizen too, where you have to work like everybody else, but you don't have all the benefits as everyone else. So it kind of sucks. You're like, damn.
Yeah. On that note, we should let TikTok die. And I'm coming for this person. But,
Yeah,
I love
that's a direct attack on.
I know.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm not as popular as some people on TikTok, but I do like it in general. It's a good time waster for sure.
Mhm.
Like I think I've been scrolling for 10 minutes and it's been like 2 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do you, Maya, Toby? Do you guys have a TikTok?
Yeah.
But
yeah, Maya does. I actually downloaded it like a few weeks ago, and I didn't really go on it, and I ended up deleting it off my phone. Just like it's just not for me. But I have heard a lot about it, and from what I hear, like the algorithm where it kind of like predict what the user wants to watch is something like really special. Like that's why it's like the fastest growing.
The bomb.com. Like, well, yes and no. You
Yeah.
want to train it because it thinks that I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher. Before a minute, it was pretty good on me, but yeah, now it thinks I'm a teacher, so it keeps showing me teacher TikToks. But it also knows I like Hamilton, so I get a lot of Hamilton TikToks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I never used it, so and I really don't.
It feels like they only know this stuff because they are looking through your data. Because some stuff I'm like, there's no way you can do that before I open this app. Like, there's no way you would consistently show me this specific content.
Don't you take like a survey in the beginning when you download the app? Doesn't it like ask you for categories?
No.
Really? It did for me. It was like, what kinds of things are you interested in? Like TVs, sports?
Oh, maybe that's like a new
I think
feature.
that's new, yeah.
Okay.
I've had it for a long time.
Oh, okay.
I heard that it takes your data from like the root level of your phone. So
I'm sure it does.
It might do.
Yeah, I'm interested though because I haven't done too much research on that, even though I should. But they're saying like other apps as well, like they've taken your data or they have took your data in that way. But just like TikTok, you know, they got exposed for that and they had to stop. So
I don't think they stopped. But that was my thing. I'm like, I'm not going to look into this. Ignorance is bliss. I know too many things. I'm just going to, you know, hop on these little trends and have a good time.
Even though I don't use it, I feel like it's cool. Just the fact that they've figured out like how to make a really good search algorithm, or I guess like predictive like content filtering. I think that's cool enough to at least let it stay until we can figure out how to do it for other apps.
And for creators, what are you gonna say?
I was about to say, I'm interested to see what happens with it though. If nobody buys it, it's just gonna die.
Is it Microsoft going to buy it? Yeah, I saw that too.
I mean, I don't know, but if they don't, then what?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, my only beef with TikTok is that like they've gotten in trouble for other stuff. Like, for example, with the Black Lives Matter movement, they were like hiding those posts and terrible. And then I also saw like they did like a bully test where they actually had people watch people's videos and they would give their opinion if you thought that person would get bullied or not. And then based off that, they would either show it, bro, show it or not. And that is, can't mess with that at all. I don't like that.
Wait. This wasn't like the people on TikTok doing the bully test. This was actually TikTok.
TikTok employees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not funny. What? Okay. That's a lawless land.
Crazy. I wanted to know who thought that was a good idea, but it was like terrible. Like they would say, oh, this person has disabilities. Let's not show it to more people. And like, yeah.
Oh, I remember that now.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This episode is very intense.
Right?
Only three prompts in.
Man. Okay. Who do y'all think said it?
I think
This
it was
is hard.
I think Courtney said it.
I'm gonna go with Courtney because I know it's not. Actually, no, wait. Who did I say last time? Last time I said I already chose both of y'all. So I'm going with Courtney only because I know it's not mine.
Yeah. You don't know. Oh man. I would say we should let TikTok die. I'm looking at the language of it. I'm gonna go Meezy.
I'm gonna go Meezy as well.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who was it?
It was me.
Oh,
Hey.
wow.
Now I gotta watch how I type things.
I follow you on Twitter, so you know.
True, I do be typing.
Those Twitter fingers, you know?
Yeah.
So why do you think TikTok should die?
Because of everything we just talked about, of all the problems. Honestly, and you know, the one that really got me is that, so the whole Black Lives Matter getting hidden thing, that really wasn't their first time messing up Black creators. Like, for the longest time, the Black creators did their own, like, blackout because they would never be shown on the For You page. And they make all the trends. And I'm like, okay, every platform has a terrible algorithm when it comes to Black people, but TikTok is the most, they don't care. They don't hide it at all. Like, at least the other platforms try to act like they support Black creators. TikTok is not this For You page. So I'm just like, let's just let it go. Let's everybody go to Reels. And we got one less app to worry about. So it's easier to make content.
Have you guys made a reel yet?
I actually haven't.
I haven't either.
I saw one. It was on the. There's so many. What do they call it? The trending page, the
Explore
page. Yeah, so many different things. I saw one there.
The hair's so messed up.
Yeah, TikTok has a lot of problems, but like, it's hard for me because I meet so many people and they're like, I'm gonna major in computer science now, you know, because of watching like my videos and just seeing people from like really young ages to either like older people too. And I just remember a grandmother was like, Granny's gonna learn today. And just like being able to reach out to those people that I'm not reaching out to them on YouTube because, you know, the YouTube algorithm, my videos don't get promoted. You know, it's like, for some reason it's working on TikTok, but then I'm like, with everything I'm hearing, does that make it okay to still be on the platform? So.
Yeah, I'm indifferent. Like, I wasn't lying. I do spend a lot of time on TikTok, but I had quit it for like a month. But then I had some crazy stuff going on. And I was like, okay, I just need to laugh. So I re-downloaded it. But I'm just like, it is just a mess over here.
Yeah, that's so insane.
Yeah.